toy spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Silverbolt. I know, Spot's a little bit later getting to the Transformers. It just happened to be like one of those cases where my month of stuff to review seems so much bigger that I didn't have a chance to get to these guys right away. But I'm hoping to kind of go back and finish off the whole series, at least the first wave of Combiner Wars, and we'll go from there. This comes to us from the folks over at Hasbro. It's recommended for ages 8 and up, and this is technically really the second generation style Silverbolt that we have that we had before. We actually did have a Silverbolt, I guess a Voyager class Silverbolt from one of the original lines of Generations, and it was an alright figure, but I mean, looking at this right now, this already looks like a figure that's going to be better and trump the one that we had gotten in the past. An image of Silverbolt down below there, as well as on the side. That's a picture of Superion, and this has 3 of 5. I guess this is number 3 of 5 for Superion if you want to build the entire Gestalt. On the back, 15 steps takes you from his jet mode or plane mode to Silverbolt. A brief read-up says the leader of the Aerobot forms the core of the team's combined form, Superion, a single-minded force bent only on Decepticon destruction. It's odd that for an Autobot that they would actually have listed destruction in his read-up. But you can see that Silverbolt forms, yes, in fact, the torso and head for Superion. Other Transformers available in the first wave was Dragstrip, Skydive, Silverbolt, Alpha Bravo, and Firefly. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. Long overdue, I know, but we're going to take a break, get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at Silverbolt from Combiner Wars. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. With Silverbolt out of packaging, the first thing we'll have a look at is his trading card that comes included. Not really much to say. I mean, the artwork is pretty good on it. But it has no context to it because there's nothing really on the back. There's no read-up or anything like that. So at the end of the day, I don't know if people will actually still be collecting these, or if, you know, the main meat of the potatoes is obviously Silverbolt. Maybe these cards will just fall at the wayside. I don't know if I still have some of my trading cards that came with the other Combiner Wars pieces that we've been looking at. So it just kind of goes without saying. Nice inclusion. Just not really something I can make use of. So put that to the side. By the way, it is a dense card. So, you know, tip of my hat to Hasbro for giving us a good quality card. I just kind of wish there was, you know, something on the back. Put that to the side. So Silverbolt also comes with a really large gun, which is on par with what he's gotten in the past with other releases too. Same sort of shape, same sort of design, and black in color. And we'll put that to the side as well. But first things first, let's have a look. And I say first things first, but we technically look at the card first. But let's have a look at Silverbolt in jet mode. The jet mode is a faithful update to the original Generation 1 Silverbolt, and for that matter, the Generation Silverbolt that we got before. Now, that Silverbolt was huge, and it had lights and sounds and all that kind of stuff. This is a better representation, I think, of Silverbolt. He still is problematic in the fact that really all the robot mode, there's not much you can do with it unless they just said, okay, you know what, detach the plane and leave this whole bottom section. But then you're not really even having a transformer. You'd be having something where you attach the backpack, and then that turned into the Autobot. So they had to kind of do as best they can that. Yeah, a lot of the junk is underneath, but it still accomplishes what it needs to accomplish. He does have a landing gear in the front, and he does have faux landing gear wheels at the back. These wheels don't actually move, though. They're just molded plastic. Take the front landing gear, and that just folds up like this. I don't see a section. I mean, I guess theoretically could maybe attach... You could attach it to his arm, but I mean, there's really no section that I can see unless, well, you could even attach it to the side hand, because his arms are technically on the side if you want to find a way to store the gun in vehicle mode. No real section up here, not that you would have this kind of jet flying or, you know, with this big cannon on the top, but, you know, it is what it is. So we'll just take that to the side. As a whole, though, I really like the jet mode. Again, it's like Prime, a nice updated take to what we got before, but I just find that they've found a way to kind of streamline what we were doing, what we were getting before. This is a much better Silverbolt than the other Silverbolt from Generations. As for his transformation is pretty much exactly how you would expect his transformation to be. You can do one of a couple things at first. You could fold the flap down at the top of this jet, and you can take this section and fold it back. The rest of it is, I mean, as soon as you do this, you pretty much know how everything is going to come together. You can take his arms and just bring his arms out, just like that, just to kind of get those out of the way. And I guess the first thing you can do is work on the legs. Let's move the wings out of the way first. We'll do that also. Take the legs, fold them out. Take the legs, fold them out. And then you're going to, this is sometimes the harder aspect of it. You're going to just take the, well, first of all, take the feet. Feet are at the top there. Fold them down. And then straighten out the legs. Take the other foot. You guessed it. And really, this is just the hardest part. I'm doing literally the hardest part right now by trying to get the feet out. There's not a lot to grab onto, especially if you don't have the nails to do it. But you just flick these feet out just to kind of get the feet out of Silverbolt. And while you're at it, there we go. You can take these and fold these back. And there you have his legs. Also, don't forget while you're transforming his feet to make sure you fold out his heels as well. And then from there, all you have to do is straighten the arms. Straighten the arms. And then reach right at the top here. You're going to take this section and you're going to fold it out. Just like that. Take it, fold it out. There's his head. Pull out his head and then fold it back. That snaps into place. And you've got yourself Silverbolt. You can also take his gun and attach it to his hand. You can do one of two. You could attach it, you know, mid, because there's two peg points. There's one about midway, about 3/4 of the way up the cannon. You can attach it there, or you can also attach it full length, although it's going to be certainly much longer, you know, like that. And it doesn't seem to almost fit in as well. That we'll go with a little bit longer peg, and you can have him with his cannon. Silverbolt is a good looking Autobot. Very clean, nicely bright colored with the white, the orange, kind of a copper orange, and the red and the black. The face definitely, without any doubt whatsoever, is Silverbolt. And it just seems like this one comes together better than Generations, the first Generations Silverbolt. That figure kind of had a very similar transformation, but at the end of the day, it was just too big. It was kind of like Power Glide. It was too big, it was too bulky. This one just feels a little more put together. For Silverbolt's articulation, he does have a ball joint in the head. Nice ratcheted joints in the arms there, as well as ratcheted joints, not as clickety-click ratchet joints in the elbows. And he also has a swivel in the bicep. He doesn't have any articulation in the waist. However, legs, once again, nice ratcheted joint in the legs. The legs swivel at the bicep, and he's got a hinge in the knee. So, of course, being that he's part of a Gestalt, Silverbolt here, of course, will transform into the torso of Superion. And to accomplish that, you want to kind of get him back into somewhat vehicle mode, maybe about halfway through the vehicle mode. The first thing you want to do is fold the head into the body socket. Bring the arms around, those come up, bring those around, come up. Sometimes I don't know, I don't like ratchet joints because I feel like I'm going to be breaking them. But and then we take the arms, the hands I should say, and fold them back. From there, take the feet, make sure you fold in the heels, take the feet, these fold out, tuck the feet into the back section there, then take the legs and move them out, and you want to get them to the point where, just bring these around, you want to bring them, you're essentially going to be creating the body, and you can see how these come together by the red pieces coming together at the top here. This now will be the top part of Superion, and what was the arms of Silverbolt now will be the leg areas. So just take these, bring them together like so, and then from there, these front flaps move forward just like that. Of course, what you also want to do is make sure that you have Superion's head right here, right in this torso area. You want to get your finger in there. Again, long nails sometimes can be helpful in situations like this, but you're going to reach your finger in there. There we go. And you're going to pull Superion's head. Now, you just see what I just did there. I brought his head out, but his antennae are rubbery, and oh boy, are they ever warped. And that's the problem. Like, because you're putting the head, and you can see how the antennas bend, it makes them pretty warped when you get them out. Take the head though, move it up, clip it into place. Try your best to bring the antennas forward as much as you can. And then this section right here, because of course you're going to be now taking that area away, fill it back up, that flips forward, and then, yes, then this can close together to finish off Superion's chest. And there you have Superion's torso. I think it's a little bit different than the other Gestalts, at least from the ones I've seen so far, because I think the other ones tend to be like this. I may or may not be right with that. But Superion, I think proportionately, though I don't have anything attached to him just yet, proportionately, I think he kind of comes together pretty good. That he doesn't look too lanky. And then on the side, these move down. And then you have your connector points on either side for his arms, connector points on the undersides for his legs, and pretty much Superion's ready to go as Superion. Or Silverbolt's ready for Superion. There are very few of the Generation toys that I would get rid of in favor of newer interpretations of it. Truth be told, there really hasn't been a lot of reissued characters. It seems like Hasbro now has gone back and they've decided that they want to really reimagine some of them, like Cyclonus we're going to be getting, of course Silverbolt we've already got Prime and Megatron, I mean that kind of goes without saying. It's odd that we would have gotten Silverbolt, but truthfully the original Silverbolt wasn't a combiner, so it made sense that Hasbro would want to go back and reinterpret that guy again. This one really makes me glad that I don't almost have that other Silverbolt anymore. I have long since parted ways with him, and it worked itself out better that I think as a whole, we've got ourselves a better Silverbolt with this release here. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Hasbro Transformers Combiner Wars. We're looking at Aerialbot leader, Silverbolt. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.